Welcome to Workday Payroll, the Workday Payroll Process Overview. In this session, we'll define and review the payroll process. Workday payroll processing consists of the following steps: add payroll input, run retro calculations, review retro results, complete retro, run payroll calculations, review payroll and accounting results, complete payroll, settle payments, and process integrations. Although this payroll process is the basic sequence, you may repeat some steps, such as adding payroll input and calculating payroll, or skip steps, such as retro processing, depending on what is happening in the pay period. Payroll processing is an iterative process. You can complete the sequence multiple times in a period, but eventually you'll need to complete retro processing, run a pay calculation one last time, and then complete your pay calculations before closing the period. Let's review each step in the process at a high level. First, you'll add payroll input. Payroll professionals add input such as amounts, hours, units, or other values to employee payroll results. You can also adjust earnings or deductions that come from Workday compensation, Workday benefits, or other areas of Workday, such as salary earnings or HSA contributions. Although payroll input displays as the first step, you can add payroll input at any point in the process. In Workday, the next step is for you to run any retroactive calculations. A retro is any change that affects a completed pay result. Retroactive changes come not only from payroll input, but also from other areas of Workday, such as benefits, compensation, and time tracking. Run a retro calculation to pick up retroactive results for workers. After running a retro calculation, you'll review the retroactive results to confirm you're ready to proceed. Next, you'll complete retro calculations. Completing retro confirms the retroactive changes made to your completed pay results. You must complete retro processing before you can complete your regular processing. Once retro calculations are complete, you can run a payroll calculation, which picks up changes to payroll results. You can run a pay calculation at any point during your payroll processing. Please note that the payroll will display a status of in progress when at least one worker has gross to net results. Running a pay calculation creates both gross to net and accounting results. You can review payroll results throughout the process. However, before you complete the payroll, it's important to do a final check of payroll and accounting results. Use delivered reports to review gross to net results. Workday automatically generates accounting entries when you calculate on-cycle and off-cycle payrolls. And if you specify accrual dates on the period schedule, Workday also generates entries for accruals and accrual reversals. You can complete the payroll when your payroll calculation displays no payees in requires recalculation, pending completion, on hold, or in error status. Completing payroll confirms all the changes to your payroll results. To settle payments in Workday, you process a settlement run. A settlement run settles any unpaid open items and pending payments in the payroll as a single unit. It also generates the accounting entries associated with each payment and sends them to financial accounting. After the settlement process completes, Workday runs integrations. Common integrations include creating and sending ACH files or positive pay files to the bank and generating checks to print. Depending on your configuration, integrations will either run automatically or require manual completion. Workday also supports integrations with third-party service providers. For example, you can use a tax filing integration to send tax information from Workday Payroll to a third party. Or you can use an integration with a third party to carry out withholding order payments. In this session, we've reviewed the basic sequence of processing payroll with Workday. Thank you for taking the time to learn with Workday.